diesel turbo, angry. Okay. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to my yellow 350Z and the grounds of Santa Pod. I am here for JapShow and there's a large convoy of cars in front of me. It's going to be a while till I get in, so I shall see you once I'm in. So I have dumped the car right at the back of the public parking, so anyone who's not in the show and shine area has to park here, whether you've got a Japanese show car or a BMW 116i. But I think it would be nice to have a look around the public car park and have a look at the Japanese and non-Japanese cars that have shows and try and avoid and battle with the music that's in the background. So we've got this wide arched Mazda MX-5 roll cage inside and an R33 Gtr next door to it. So here is a bit of a rarity, a Nissan Maxima, or Maxima? No, I think it's a Maxima. They have a bobble-headed Chewbacca in the back, BBSs all around. There will be plenty of 350Zs here. He is apparently a drifter and apparently used to have a chassis-mounted spoiler. There's even a Mark IV Supra in the car park who's favoured cooling over lighting up the road. And then this 370Z who's after some V, Bobs and V. Oops, she's going to have to be pixelated. But I've just spotted quite a nice space in this car park that I'm going to reposition my car to. So I'm now further towards the front of the parking and just in front of this midnight purple colour flip R34 GTT. But there are a few non-Japanese cars like this Bullet Mustang of that generation and an Alpine GTA. Oh, there's a bike in the air. What? Oh, there's a livery. I love a livery. There's a bike in the air again. There he goes. We have a Castrol livery on a Honda Civic Type R. I'm going to get a picture of that for the gram. There we go. The Focus has a willy. But for something a bit different, we've got this green Mercedes S-Class, which is parked behind this wrapped BMW with skulls all over it. And it sounds like the drag strip has opened. It sounds like there's also drifting in the background as well. That was a 9-second time. So let's leave the public field behind us and climb up this bank to see what dragsters are on track and then look at the proper show cars on display. Oh, I've made this too difficult for myself. So there's the drifting just down there. And we have a Honda Civic getting ready to go down the strip. Here he comes. Not bad. Next up we have an R32. Oh, bailed out of that one. Right, we've got another one. Here we go. That was all just one gear. Can you spot my car? So we've now got an R32 Gtr getting ready to go up the strip and a brown chaser behind the fence. But I want some more yellow details for my yellow car, so I'm in the trade stands. Let's see if I can find some dust caps. They don't have any yellow. But often with the trade stands you have some of the most showy of show cars, like this Mitsubishi Gto with a pair of cannons on the rear and this wide arched GTR advertising the JDM clothing store. They have done a lot for this moving billboard. I mean, my moving billboard's nothing compared to this moving billboard, although he's got yellow headlights, I've got a whole yellow body. I'm liking the Celica's actual wing mirrors on the actual wings as opposed to door mirrors on the doors. Oh, she matches. Do you reckon it's her car? So here will be just Japanese cars. What, was that an MR2? I don't know. These are MR2s. And a little bit beyond, I have found the first JZX100 chaser of the show. There are quite a few here. I did capture the arrivals, so maybe watch that one first if you want to see. So the noisemaker was this Lexus, you can tell, look, 1JZ in the Instagram tag. But if you wanted Mr. 2 content, you've got it. This yellow one's got a model of himself on his dash. And this particular example has a K20. There are various different swaps around here. We've got a K24 Turbo going up on the strip later. There's a few V6s as well. But beyond the MR2s, we have the GC86 section with the BRZ in the back. And another one of the BRZs is this orange Pandem example with orange tyre writing and an orange fan to match. Look, his t-shirt's almost an exact colour match to the Pandem BRZ. And apparently, if you didn't already know, Jinx was here. Swifts. This patch of tarmac is where the Drift What You Brung Day normally is, but today it houses the Evos, including a wagon over there. So all sorts of generations of the Mitsubishi Evo, and one of my favourites is this plum-coloured Evo 8 Mister. And navigating around this next section is a Mark II Escort at JapShow. Someone's revving over there. I'm liking the rear bumper on that Subaru, very beefy. And just behind the Subaru, we have a little Supra section. Of course, there's a Civic EP3 making the noises. And we got this aired out Mark IV Supra as the Civic still announces his arrival. There we go. Yes, we get it. We got the green Supra, grey, and then we have the lifted diesel Toyota Supra. We have seen this quite a few times recently. There's the turbo, sticks out the bonnet when it is shut. That's a diesel engine, similar to what's used in a tank, and obviously it's got the off-roading tyres and is the most outlandish Supra in the collection, even with a tow bar. But behind it, here is the Subaru with that rear bumper. And if you come around the front of the Subaru as well, it's got the angry headlights as well, with that extended bonnet. Quite a lot of max power vibes about this, I really like it. Ah, and there is the Rb25 Subaru. So Supras and Soras, a few Subarus and Evos along this section too, with an S2000 on the end. And amongst the GT86s, this one has tried to spell money on his number plate. But it's always a struggle when you have a section such as the Subaru section to try and pay attention to individual Subarus, because there is a sea of Subarus. I'm loving the alliteration. This particular one has got an R34 drifting remote control car on its dashboard. We've got Pingu just behind it. But I still feel that that max power vibe one that was parked kind of on its own in the smaller section is my favourite so far. All of these Subarus all arrived together as well. There were various different convoys actually. They all love sticking together. Also, check out the pipes at the back of that Mister 2. I think this is the K24 charged one. It definitely sounds and looks like it probably could be. Screamer up top as well. I bet that sounds great. Oh, there you go. K24 Turbo MR2 as its Instagram tag. Shouldn't that normally be the boot? Oh, not anymore. But it's the little things on the Subarus that make them stand out, like the crazy diffuser on the back of this one. That one was providing some revolutions. And then on the side of this Hawkeye, we've got a Japanese rising sun with some kind of pirate skulls as a pattern behind it. But beyond, we have a small 300ZX section, a car you don't often get to see on the scene these days, but they're actually coming back, it seems. Bring the 300ZX back. Someone's popping over there and has drawn quite a sizable crowd. And I love a crowd because a crowd means content, and content is key. Alliteration for days. So there's a turbocharged Lexus IS fluttering subtly, but the crowd are facing something else. I think it was probably the blue S14 that was revving, because he's the only one with an engine on. He is parked next to an S15 Varietta. This one is white with red flake. Slightly further back to protect my ears and your ears. But next door to the flaming S14, who's actually missing a front bumper currently, we have this Toyota Supra. Apparently this was a top secret build, and this is its debut. It's got a stroker 2J, so 3.4 litres I led to believe, and will be going on the strip later, so that's quite an exciting car to see. But now that it's quietened down a little bit, we can look at the quietest car here, the Honda E. But don't you worry, there's some MX-5s in front of it that we can look at as well, including this one with very excited exhaust pipes. And also on display is this lineup of 350Zs. We've got this wide body grey one with minty green turquoise interior, which is a fantastic contrast with the grey. Next door to that there is a silver veil side wide body 350Z, and there are some more revolutions and pops and bangs in the background. No crowd yet, but it's gathering. You see, it's gathering. I'm part of the gathering. It sounds like a Civic. It's the Forester. Okay. I mean, Yeah, no. I'm going to find some solace, some silence, and look at this colour flip FTO. So I know which section to avoid if I want ears at the end of the day, which is a shame because it's a nice plum-coloured S14, and then this Civic with a kind of drag spoiler on the back. And further up here we've got some Silvias, S14, S14, S13, S14, and a Zenki S14. Most S14s are Kokis with the angry headlights, so it's nice to see a few Zenkis in the scene. And you now join me in one of the paddocks with some of the proper drag cars who are revving and getting ready. We've got some other cars that are going out on the drag strip as well, some public track time cars, so all of these will be partaking. And then over there, there's some drifting. And here's some skidding BMWs for your viewing pleasure. But I've never seen this before, and I don't know which dragster it is, but someone's called the AA for their broken dragster. I'd imagine their mum's a very attractive lady. So now that we've hit the top, I'm going to head back down to the show and shine section, which I didn't get to look at, and we have this early Nissan Silvia. I think it may be an S12. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So interesting to see one, and rare to see one of a generation before the S13. Then we've got a matte black MX-5 Mark II. This is like a kind of, I don't know what it's called, like a non-slip surface paint. And beyond the Mazda 3 MPS, we have another Chaser with one of the best number plates you can get for it. The 5 looks like an S and the 6 could look like an E if you kind of cancel that bit out. Wait. Chaser. But I don't actually think there are any white Toyota Chasers here today, which is a shame because everyone loves the white Chaser. And here we have a Celica section with not a Celica there, we've got the Sora, and not a Celica there. Mr. 2 is snuck in as well. Oh no, I was wrong, sorry. It is a Celica. But just down from the Celicas, these 350Zs have repositioned themselves. You've got the cutaway bumper and then the spread legs exhaust, and his roof works, which is annoying. I might have to nick it. Because my roof still doesn't work. I don't think I'll find anyone that will sort it. I've got a new motor for it, but I can't find anyone that's like, oh yes, I've done one of those before, let me fix it for you. I don't want to do it. I'll only break it, but we've got this Skyline R33 Gts. And if you like Skylines, you'll like the next section. We've got even more R33s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of them. Next to 5 R34s, a mixture of GTTs and GTRs. The GTR is obviously getting the most attention within the lineup. And what was I saying earlier about you not seeing generations of the Silvia before the S13? We've got 2 more here in the SX Owners Club. So these are all 200 SXs, 180 SXs, 240 SXs, etc. Got the PS13, a few more early ones here. That looks like a 350Z engine. It's a V6. And you now join me at the Square Society, so Nissan Cubes and its competitors as some kind of RBs as a burnout. This is the cube to end all cubes. It's got Lego cubes under the bonnet of the cube and an oil cooler on the front of the cube as well, and a Datsun badge, even though it's a Nissan cube and not a Datsun cube. It is called the Jap Rat, and the rat is wearing 3D glasses for no apparent reason. Maybe because a cube is a 3D shape as opposed to a square, which is a 2D shape. Superman's there. Oh, it's a Lego Superman, so he fits in. He is flying high, holding up the bonnet, or just pole dancing on it. Cube, and a Lego face. We have a turbine down the side of it for some unknown reason, and a unicycle and a skateboard or a mini board thing, and a little basket on the roof as well. Another yellow head in the rear on a colourful Lego blanket. But here comes the sound that we heard just now. Let's see what it was. It was an RB. Oh, there's the other R32, he bailed out again. So let's try not to get stuck into a world of Minecraft as we pass through the QB section, some of which have quite a substantial sticker showcase. I hate stickers. Oh, look, another suitable number plate if you imagine the 4 is an A. But if you want to see a turbocharger, you don't need to open the bonnet of this MX-5. It is still quite small though. Well, as promised, there is the top secret Supra getting ready to go out on track. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get around in time to watch it. But whilst the Supra is getting ready, you can see the great variety of cars going up the strip. including a van with a roof box. But we're now back in the main show and shine section, and I'm going to try and film it with the music in the background. So we have a bicycle. There's also this colour flip Nismo Juke with some lovely wheels and tyre writing. Here's the wide or fat 350Z in purple. And quite a controversial build, a Subaru on air ride. This 200SX has no rear bumper. Bit of a trip hazard, that's got to be careful. Inside it's pretty stripped out. Under the bonnet, what have we? It's a JZ. There are a few colours on display and a scooterist. And this R33 is not black, it is a sparkly metallic green. 69. And how about this for a combo? Got the Hawkeye Subaru with the bronzy gold wheels, and then a K10 Micra, quite an early one, on display next to it. So we get a lot of mixtures here in the show and shine section. Civic Type R, and I've been told to have a look at something just down here. We have a Mazda Rx-8, a car that I used to own, with a Rover V8, an engine I used to own. So I had a TVR with a 3.5 litre V8, this is the 4.2, and it's been shoved into the Mazda Rx-8. It looks quite small and low down, and maybe good centre of gravity there, I don't know. We're seeing a lot of modified Nissan Jukes. This one looks like it's got 2 side skirts. And right to the front we have this dropped Supra with quite a unique wrap, tyre writing, and around in the boot, let me show you what it's got. It's got a spinning octopus on its spare wheel. Let's listen to it. There we go. I didn't even realise it was on, but there you go, 2-step. And look what I found doing a bit of off-roading. We've got the off-roading Supra. Oh, he's waiting for a mate. You can see the turbo sticking out the bonnet. Here it goes. Smoking on his way home. But after that, I think the cars have started to leave, so I'm going to capture the cars leaving. That'll be in a separate video, so ring that bell when you subscribe to get a notification of when that goes live. So I hope you enjoyed that video from JapShow at Sansport with a great array of cars. I love the rear lights on that. So follow me on Instagram for the updates and highlights of these meets that I go to. But for now, thanks for watching.